up, my billionaires? It's your girl, Deshauna Monet Robinson Vels, and you already know we're back with another video. So, today we gonna get into, like, a day in the life, I guess. Because, to be transparent, y'all know I love to be transparent with you guys. You know, I was gonna spend some time with family today, and we experienced a death in our family, so it's a little, it's a little bit of a downer, but maybe today I'll just speak with you all on death. And I know this is probably not a topic anyone wants to really talk about, but let me just say this. If you've experienced, let me just put this out there. I don't want to sound like I'm being harsh or anything, but it's the sad truth. We all gonna go. We all gonna depart from this earth. We're all gonna depart from this physical form as we know it. We all have an expiration date. We all have a time, and that's why it's so important for us to really shift our mindset and focus on what we can control, focus on loving other people, focus on positivity. Because if you focus on all things negative, that's just what you're going to attract. And then when these things happen, life happens, people depart from earth every single day. And some days it will be people that you are connected to closely, people that's in your bloodline, people that you've ran across, that you've grown bonds with. It's gonna happen. We can't run from this. We can't shelter ourselves away from everybody and just not feel anything. That's just not how it works. So if you put your time and your efforts into loving other people, into really caring about other people, into really just doing what makes you happy, and that's a big thing. And sometimes it's tough when your childhood is kind of strict or structured in a certain way, or people placing their expectations and their perspectives onto you, so you don't really know what exactly you want, especially when you get older and you've been being told what to do all your life. Especially in the school system, we're told, oh, you gotta do this, you gotta do that. We're taught certain things that don't even really add to what we personally may want to do in life. So I'm saying all of this to let y'all know that you gotta live for you. We don't know when we're going to go. We don't know when our time is. We don't know when our loved one's time is. It's just a matter of us understanding that we must live for us. We must enjoy the now. We must really just be conscious of the fact that life happens. And these things we cannot control. Yes, me for instance, I never got a chance to meet my father, and that bothers me. It really bothers me, but I've learned to cope with his loss. I've learned to come to terms with the fact that I'm never going to have certain questions answered. It's just never going to happen. At least not here on earth. It's never going to happen because I can't bring my father back and ask him certain things. I can't, I don't even know, I can't track down the person and get a straight answer of why he did that to my father, why he caused all of this pain on my family. You know what I mean? There's so many mixed stories about how my father, why and how my father got killed. And just, my grandma may feel like there's something that she's not being told. You know what I mean? There's so many aspects to his death and questions that I have that would never be answered. And I had to come to terms with that. Growing up as a little girl, like, you don't even know what it is to have a father. You see other people, you see like your family members, your relatives who are males and have kids. Like you experience that secondhand, but you don't experience that firsthand. So and honestly, I'm very stern on, I don't want to bring a kid into this world unless I'm gonna be with the father. Like, and honestly, I know that may not be as realistic because anything can happen. God forbid I can go ahead and have a kid and, anything can happen to the father. And then, you know what I mean? Like, I can't control that, but I can control not being reckless and just doing anything with anybody and bringing a child into this world. Why? Because I've experienced it firsthand, not having a father. I've witnessed it secondhand. People, my loved ones having fathers alive who aren't there. So I see the pain I experienced my own set of pain, but I've seen the pain of others who really have their fathers here physically on earth, but don't have that close connection, that feel disconnected with them, that have questions that still may never be answered. And their father is alive and well. You know what I mean? So what I want to just suggest to everybody is just love. Love yourself enough to do what brings you joy, because you never know. I know it sounds stupid, but you may wake up dead one day, like, you know what I'm saying? But honestly, you don't know when you're gonna go. You don't know. And I've watched the interview I've watched something with Denzel Washington when he says, like, I think he heard it from Les Brown, like, okay, if you die, what if when you die or you're on your deathbed, the ghost of all the dreams that you didn't pursue are just surrounding your deathbed? And it kind of hit me because it's like, yo, we all have wild dreams. We all have amazing ideas. And some of us are fearful to go for it. Some of us don't know how to go for it. Some of us been so programmed and conditioned to not really go after the things that we want because of the people that we are around. And you have to be wary of that too. Like, some people the people you may be around may be draining you so much so that you don't even have the energy to be yourself anymore. You don't even have the energy to go out there and pursue a dream anymore. Why? Because their energy is so strong and it's clinging on to you that you've picked up their habit of not going for their dream. And I've experienced that firsthand. I'm going to be honest, in a relationship. I'm working my way back to staying grounded and living for me and going after the things that I want, because any of my real friends will tell you, now that I put her mind to something, she's going to do it. There's no, if she puts her mind to something, it's getting done. And I've lost I've lost that characteristic or I haven't fed, let me not say lost. You got to watch what you say out your mouth. I haven't watered that characteristic within me in a very long time. So now I'm aware of this. So now I'm working towards, okay, what makes me feel good? What makes me happy? What do I want to do for me? Let me go out there and do it. Let me go ahead and do it. Last night, I'm going to be transparent. Last night, I was a little sad, and I'm really just trying to figure out, why are you sad? And I have my dad's picture in my room, and I was just looking at the picture. I lit a candle, and I'm just there why am I sad? And I couldn't really find an exact answer, but it boiled down to the fact that, I'm really always the one that got to be strong, and I'm the youngest. I have younger little cousins and stuff like that, but on my mom's side and on my dad's side, I'm the youngest, and I always have to be strong. I don't personally feel like I can go to anybody and they really truly listen. I don't feel like I can go to other people and try to talk to them, because I already know that they're dealing with something that they're dealing with something as well. So to go and try to vent or talk or have a conversation may be putting a burden on them too. So it's like a dilemma that I'm in, and it's not, and that in itself, it just, every time I think like that, I'm just reminded, bring your problems to God, bring your problems to God, bring your problems to God. That's what you need to learn. You feel like This is just me. I'm learning that. Like, I feel like I have to always have somebody to talk to. And that's been my downfall. And I feel like the message that I've been missing since a child is bring your problems to God. You don't need anybody. Everybody's going through something. You don't need to feel, a weight lifted off your shoulder only if you speak to somebody else. You can bring your problems to God. I'm a person who writes. You can write it down, get back to that. And I feel like it's just a matter of me getting back to my true self. I've been praying and I've been asking for that just groundedness in my true self. And I'm realizing certain things come full circle because I'm like, why am I experiencing this? Instead of being frustrated on letting my emotions take over me, I'm letting them take their course, but I'm also thinking like, okay, why am I experiencing this right now? What is this trying to tell me? What is this teaching me? What can I learn from this? What can I learn about myself from these emotions right now? Okay, I know that I know that I'm an empath. I know that I take on other people's problems. So I have to be a little cautious about where I am and who I'm around because I take on people's problems. And right now you're working towards finding yourself. You can't really, you got to be a little careful. It's all about really learning yourself. Life is just a cycle and we don't know when we will go. So I just can't stress this enough. Live for you, live for you, live for you. And those of you with kids, you know what I'm saying? Live for you. I know you got to live for your kid too, but you living for you and you going after your dreams or you doing certain things that your kids are watching, that will seep off into them. That will make them understand it's okay for me to go after my dream. I don't care how many times I mess up. I've watched mommy. I've watched daddy. They figured it out. They kept going. These are things that by nature your kids will pick up if you're a parent. Now, if you're not a parent, just live for you. Live for you. Live for you. Do what makes you happy. Feed your body. Feed your mind. Feed your soul positively. Like, stop with all the negativity because tomorrow is never promised. And I know I just been ranting. I was going to take y'all with me throughout the day. But, I know I'm going to be with my family and I don't really like to record too much when we're just kind of trying to enjoy each other's company, and especially when there's a death or when some of my cousins are going through it right now. So I got to make sure that I'm there for them. And, I just wanted to come on here. Of course, it's Vlogmas and it's supposed to be more fun and in a Christmas spirit. But I really come on here and I do what's on my heart. And that kind of was just on my heart today to talk to y'all about coping with death. I've created a whole program that I'm still working on to get into schools, or I'm not sure how I want to do it yet since I've moved out of New York. I may try to do it virtually and take trips to do, in person, like seminars with children and help people learn how to cope with the loss of a loved one. I've been doing this for 27 years. Like, I've been learning how to cope with the loss of my father. Like, it's tough. The pain is not going to go away, but you learn how to cope with your emotions. You learn different ways. And I'm a creative being, so I use the arts and creativity to really express myself and manage my emotions for real. So I want to help other people do that, and I'm going to help other people do that. But that's why I just kind of it was heavy on my heart today. I love all of you. And I just, and I cannot stress this enough. Y'all already know how I end these videos. It starts in the mind. If I would have never listened to certain people that said key things to me, I would have probably still been stuck in an angry mindset. If I would have never became a part of Trade House and got the mentorship from these amazing entrepreneurs who've learned that's the key. Just shifting your mindset, shifting your paradigm. That's the key to wealth. That's the key to life. If I would have never heard this and practiced that, you know what I mean? It starts in the mind. So I love you all. Until tomorrow. Your girl is